Hey Blue Demons, Courtney here from the Office of Student Involvement. Thank you so much for joining this week's episode of our Back to Campus Vodcast. It's hard to believe it's week 8, but we are quickly approaching the end of the quarter. So as always, we've just got some updates for you all as we start off the week here. So first, a friendly reminder that while you're on campus, we still have a couple of expectations for you while you're here. First, you're still required to wear masks on campus. We know that some of the parameters are changing in the country, but as we continue to be informed by what the city of Chicago is doing, we will continue to update that. But we still do have the expectation for our community members that they're masked while they're here. We're also still asking you to practice social distancing while you're here. So again, for that safety of our community, we are still enforcing that social distancing guidelines. And then Campus Clear is still in effect as well. So when you come into DePaul facilities and when you're on campus, we're asking you to complete that pre-screening through the Campus Clear app. So I'm going to be talking a little bit more about that in a little bit here too. Then, if you haven't heard, which I hope you have now, everyone in the city of Chicago is now eligible for vaccines. If you are having any difficulty finding one or just want to get some additional information, DePaul has established a website at go.depaul.edu/COVID vaccine that can kind of walk you through the process of if you haven't started to get your vaccine yet, you can find out how you can get one scheduled. As you probably have heard by now, we're requiring vaccines for all of our students when they return to campus this fall. So be sure to get started early, especially if you get one of the 2-dose vaccines so that you have plenty of time before you start classes this fall. Then just wanted to provide some updates about the current regulations around gatherings. So as you probably have heard, we in the city of Chicago have currently entered the bridge phase. For on-campus events, though, we are still requiring that on and off-campus events be registered through the Phase 4 event form. But I do have an exciting update for you on that front. Beginning June 14th and all events in the future, we are no longer going to be requiring that Phase 4 event form. The hope is by that point, the city will continue to transition. And if all goes as planned, beginning June 14th, we will not be requiring that Phase 4 event form. So we'll be sure to keep you posted, but just one thing that is ever evolving and changing, and wanted to put that on your radar. One other thing, we at DePaul are still enforcing that gatherings of 50% or that gatherings are limited to 50% of room capacity and no more than 50 people. That is something that we're still following. Again, the city of Chicago continues to change and adapt some of their practices. So as we are able to get more up-to-date information, we'll be sure to share that with you as well as you're planning events and activities back on campus. And still currently, while we are in this bridge phase, we are still asking student organizations to stay in the 4 counties immediately surrounding Cook County. And we're not yet allowing overnight travel. So we are hoping, as we continue to adapt through this pandemic, that some of those restrictions will be lifted. Then, as always, here's some of those room capacities. Grab a screenshot of this if you need those and you're planning some of those on-campus events. So for today's vodcast, I'm really excited. We're taking a little bit of a different twist on things. But joining me today is Shannon Suffoletto from Health Promotion and Wellness and University Counseling. So Shannon, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me on the vodcast today. I am really, really excited to be here. And I'm really excited about sharing a new support program that we're rolling out.
Yeah. So for our listeners today, what we decided to do for this week's vodcast is we're actually going to be spending some time talking about apps that are designed to help with your return to campus. So we've got a lot of different apps that are available to students and DePaul community members. But Shannon is here to talk about the launch of a new one. So Shannon, I'll turn it over to you to talk about My SSP.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Well, I love this slide because the first thing I want to encourage all students to do is download the My SSP, My Student Support Program app now, or the first chance you have, and tell your friends to do it as well. I'm really excited to introduce this to you. Also, I just want to mention the website, go.depaul.edu/myssp. I love that just popped up on the screen right now.
It's like magic.
It's just fantastic. But actually, if you have any questions about the program or want to know how to download the app, all of that information is right there on the website. So let me get to it and tell you a little bit about it. Let me tell you what My SSP has to offer all students. 24/7 chat or call to a student support representative. So no doubt anybody could use a little extra support right now. So if you get on the app and you need a moment, need to talk to somebody really quick, just go ahead and access that chat feature, and all students can do that. Also, all students can access the digital library, which has articles and videos on current health and well-being topics all the time, always there for you, and always being regularly updated as well. There's also an app-based fitness program on there as well that I'm super excited to share with everybody. So it kind of covers all the bases of health and well-being. Now, importantly, students who are living out of state, and that includes international students who may be living out of state or out of the country, have access to be able to schedule a phone or a video support session with a customer support representative. So I think that is really, really important to note as well. And feel free to use the chat, or you could also call 1-866-743-7732. And also on the MySSP website, there's an international number to call as well. So really, I also just want to let everybody know that always, in addition to MySSP, counseling services is available, as well as health promotion and wellness, particularly in-state students accessing the counseling services as well. So really, I believe that this adds to our wellness and support portfolio here on campus, and I hope it gives a little something extra for all students to be able to access. Don't hesitate to ask me any questions that you might have, and check out that website and download the app.
Yeah, that's great, Shannon. I know one of the things throughout this pandemic that we've heard in particular is that students, this is weighing on people mentally, right? And I really appreciate something like MySSP because it allows you to talk to someone no matter where you are, right? And you can talk from your phone. You can find techniques. You can do all of these things to help with your mental and physical well-being, because we know here at DePaul, when you're doing better mentally, you're going to do better academically. You're going to be more likely to go and make friends, all of those things that are connected with that. So I think this is going to be a really great service available to our students moving forward.
Yeah, I really agree with you on all of what you said, Courtney. So yeah, definitely. I hope all students love it and are able to interact with it and interface with it, and share the word to everybody you can. So thank you so much, Courtney, for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining, Shannon. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, bye, Courtney.
Bye,
everybody.
All right, so I just wanted to share a couple other, a little bit more information about some additional apps. So like Shannon said, if you haven't had a chance yet, you can download MySSP in the Google Play or the App Store, or you could go directly to scan that QR code pictured on the screen and download it as well. I do have information on a few other apps, though, that we just want to make sure that DePaul students are aware about. So first is Campus Clear. Like I mentioned, this is still required when you come to campus. So you download it on your phone, you do a self-screening, you make sure that you don't have any of those symptoms for COVID, and then you just hit that no symptoms button and you'll be good to go. This is your pass to campus while you're here. Also, we've got this great app called the IDepaul app. So IDepaul is really a one-stop shop where you can go and get a lot of different information about a number of different things pertaining to DePaul. You can get the updated events listing. You can find information on your personal account. All of those different things are all available via the IDepaul app. So I'd encourage you to check this one out as well. Then we've also got an app for DHub, which is our student organization content management system. So if you are involved in a student organization or you've been, engaging virtually with us, DHub is the one-stop shop for all things for our co-curricular community, if you will. So by downloading the DHub app, you can see that full event listing. You can browse student organizations. You can get contact information for leaders if you have questions about specific organizations. All of that happens from that DHub app. So be sure to check this one out either this spring or when you start to return to campus this fall. Then our partners at the Ray also have an app available for you to see what's going on in their facility, in the Ray Meyer Fitness Center. So you can download this app and you can reserve a space. You can reserve a space in their building. You can sign up for a fitness class. You can get a space for one of their drop-in activities. They've done a lot of different things like bullet notebooks, making a plant. You can reserve for your seat and all of those things through the Raise app. So definitely one, especially if you're planning to check out that facility, be sure to check this one out because you will be able to get all of those schedules and everything through the Raise app. And then finally, the last one that I wanted to share here is the Dine On Campus app. So if you are a person who is planning to spend a lot of time on campus this fall, the Dine On Campus app is the app that you can find out about all of the different menus for all of the different eateries here at DePaul. So 312 Diner, Create, Saboroso, all of those different places. You can download that Dine On Campus app and see what they're serving for that day. I know that our partners in Chartwells are also working to update their mobile ordering app. So this is going to be a new one that's available come this fall. They currently have one that they piloted this past year, but I've been in a couple conversations with Rick Marisi where I know that they're planning to update the app as well for that mobile ordering. So be sure to check these out. We're going to have more information on these and all of the apps that are going to be available to help you with your return to campus this fall. So as always, just have a couple other updates and announcements for those of you who are in and around Chicago, or if you're planning to make your way back to campus. As a reminder, the graduation celebration starts this week. So you can go to, if you're a member of the class of 2021, you can go to commencement.depaul.edu and sign up for your opportunity to come and walk across the stage, be part of all of the festivities that are taking place in the quad. We actually had Rob Karpinski join the podcast last week. So if you missed that one, I'd encourage you to check it out so that you can hear all about the celebration that's planned both here in Lincoln Park and at the Loop. Then we've got, 2 more on-campus events planned for you for this spring. So we're off this week since the graduation celebration is kicking off. But next week, DePaul After Dark has an arcade night that's taking place here in the Lincoln Park Student Center. And then on June 4th, our DePaul Activities Board is hosting a field day. If you haven't had a chance to come out for an activity, an on-campus event yet, I'd really encourage you to do so. We're having a great time with it. Even, I was skeptical about how Twilight was going to go, but there were 100 students out on the quad watching that movie, and we're having a lot of students who are coming out to campus for the first time, and also who might not know anybody, who are partnering with other students who are also coming by themselves, and really just trying to spark those friendships for you all, even here throughout spring quarter. So with that, just one final reminder that if you have any questions about the regulations or anything that I talked about today, you're always free to reach out to us in the Office of Student Involvement. But we're also continuing to update the Campus Life website, which is you can find it at go.depaul.edu/campuslife. So while you're there, you can see regulations, all of the different, find out about regulations, hear more, read more about all of the things that I talked about today, and just get general information as you prepare for your return to campus. But as always, we hope you all stay safe, especially, as weather gets nicer here. Continue to stay masked, stay safe in whatever capacity you can. Be sure to get those vaccines. But we will talk to you all next week. Bye-bye, Blue Demons.